Hello, this is Suzanne and I'm your inner calm coach. And today I'm going to be chatting with the lovely Paige, who has been through the 5 in 4 weight loss program. And I wanted to bring her on because she's had some amazing and remarkable changes in her life and how she's feeling. And I thought that some of this may help anyone that's watching to look at their life or look at a different way of thinking about weight loss, and to see that the weight gain is actually a result of something that's happened, or the way that they're feeling. There's a reason for it. So and I know Paige has had some really wonderful, strong shifts in her life. And so I wanted to just go through and ask Paige a couple of questions about the program so she can give you an insight as to how she's felt and, where she is now from where she was before. So welcome, Paige. Thanks so much for joining.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good. And it was a pleasure working with you because you were always so focused. And so, the things that we talk about what we do during the week, boom, 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 you were really focused on where you wanted to be and how you wanted to feel and really committed. And I think that, that level of commitment has really shown in your results and, how you're looking now and feeling. And so what I wanted to do is just ask you a couple of questions around the program.
Absolutely.
So I guess the first one is, why did you join the 5 in 4 program? What was it that enticed you or thought that it might help?
I guess I found myself at a bit of a low point. I felt very demotivated and not very excited about anything in life. But I really wanted to shift how I was feeling. It was mainly around weight loss that was driving me at that point. And so I did a bit of research, and then I came across your website, and I liked the fact that it was a bit of a holistic approach, that it wasn't too invasive or judgmental and things like that. So and then when I spoke to you, I was ready to jump on board straight away.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No. And that was fantastic. And that obviously there was that commitment within yourself to just start. Like you wanted to do something right now, which is fantastic. And so, what did you like about the program the most? What was it that you liked?
What I probably ended up liking the most was going through all of the different emotions and realising that what was holding me back was a lot of baggage that I probably carried with me and previous experiences that I felt were sort of holding me back. And so working through all of those, it was quite an eye-opening experience to realise what I was holding on to. There were things that I thought I had let go but hadn't. And so going through all of those and coming out the other end feeling so much lighter and brighter and more excited about where I want to be and the goals that I'm setting, it was just an amazing experience and something that I wasn't expecting. So that was probably my most favourite part.
Yes, yeah. And was that the timeline therapy, that part of it? Was that the part?
Yeah. It was incredible. Just a way of thinking about things so differently and taking yourself back to a time where you felt a certain way and then trying to speak to yourself and change the way that you're interpreting that situation so that it helps you, think a bit differently or adjust differently to a similar situation as it occurs now. So,
yes,
that's incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's just so amazing. And so how were you, like, take us before you did the program? Where was your mind set? You said that you weren't in a good space, but what was life like, overall before you did the program?
Yeah, look, I was probably just focused on the wrong things. So I was just putting all my time and effort into work, which is important, but not the be all and end all. I was always sort of putting myself last. So I'm a carer for some family members. And so I was always very much looking out for other people and helping other people, but not necessarily helping myself. And so I wasn't feeling very confident and I didn't, was feeling a bit low generally. But obviously, working through even just the beginning of the program, I started to sort of feel a bit differently and realise that I need to invest more time in myself. therefore I can help others more. So I'm very much a helper. So to be able to look after myself first to help them even more was something that drove me to continue.
Yeah, and that's just so important. We just have to look after us and give ourselves the time for self-care and give ourselves the time to feel some sense of pleasure about life and to find that happiness, that the parts that make us feel good to continue through the day. And when we feel good, we can give more to others, and sometimes that's a little bit of an exploration to find out, well, what do I need to do to make myself feel good, because we can get stuck on the hamster wheel quite easily.
Absolutely. And just around adjusting time, like you can't get any more time, but how you use your time more wisely. So I have been doing that a lot more. Working from home has been really great for me, being able to have that bit of extra time during the day without travel, and just being able to get out for a walk when the weather looks nice, and just things like that. Just sort of, bending time, I think, as you say, Suzanne.
Yes, bending time.
Yeah, looking for those opportunities to move and to breathe and to get outside and get some fresh air, and that they were the things that I perhaps wasn't a focus before, but has definitely made a big difference for me now.
Yes, yes. And I like that sometimes you post little pictures of, instead of driving into the city, because, in where you were living, but you could go for a walk, you could walk in, and just thinking outside the square about, how to move your body, or how to just get out of the house and do different things, particularly when you're at home.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the first time I've walked into town too. So I guess it was just that mindset of going, well, it's only 7 Ks, I can do that. And sort of just making those decisions rather than always driving. So that was a change.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I loved that. And so that's where you were then. Where are you now? Like, what are the big things that have, what are you doing now and that's different from last time?
Sure. I guess now I'm very focused and driven around some particular goals that I've set for myself, which I was putting off before. So one of those is purchasing a new home. So I'm very much in the market now for a new house. Also return to uni studies. So that commenced this week, which is exciting. So that and just generally being more focused on my own, health and well-being have been the biggest drivers. And as you know, I'm working on a vision board, which I've almost finished, and I'll send you a picky. But it's got some great sort of visual pictures of the key things that are important in my life, and it's all going to be centered around happiness. And so, what are the things that are going to make me happy, and what are the things that I'm driving for to make the most out of the life that I've got? And so, I think that will also be a nice reminder each day when I wake up, and be refocus on what I'm working towards.
Yes, and I love that, and I can't wait to see your vision board, because I know you had such a passion for it. And as we talked about creating, your new life, and for different people will do that in different ways. They'll either write a story, but we are very visual people. Generally, our mind thinks in pictures and metaphors, and that actually really enhances the feel of something. You can get into the picture, and you can create the senses. It's this what you feel, what you see, what you hear. These are huge drivers within us, and that's why vision boards are just so amazing, because you can get into the picture and see yourself. And when we can have it in front of us every day, it's that amazing reminder. But it just cements the neural pathways in your mind, and then your mind is going to really want to, well, how can I get there? It just pushes you forwards subconsciously. You're not really thinking about it, but it's just happening all the time.
Yep, absolutely. No, I'm almost there. It's just taken a while to get all the sorts of pictures and things that I want to see on the board. So I want it to look right, and then I'll be able to. I'm actually removing my TV from my bedroom, because that's also another bad habit. So I'm going to remove that and replace it with my vision board.
Fantastic. I love that. My TV is always covered, but I'm thinking that I should probably cover it with a vision board. That would be good.
But
it's this nice, it's a big space, but perfect to put a board in front with all the things that you're that you want to do. Yeah. Okay. So what would you say to someone who might be sitting on the fence about the program? You know, might have been looking and going, oh, you know, maybe it's money, maybe it's not going to work, or because you know we did a range of types of techniques that you hadn't experienced before. The timeline therapy, the hypnosis, and some Reiki, just some general coaching around, you know, thought processes and stuff. So what would you say to someone that might be sitting on the fence thinking, oh, I don't know if it's for me?
Yeah, I would just say that it won't be what you expect, but in a really good way. And the fact that it is a very holistic approach. I don't also that it's not invasive, or you don't feel as though you're being judged or anything like that. It's a very safe space to talk, and you feel very comfortable. And Suzanne is just amazing at making you feel that way, and taking you through a whole journey, which ends up, you know, resulting in some of the things that you want to achieve without necessarily focusing directly on them. So I would just say, give it a go. You've got absolutely nothing to lose. I got way more out of it than I expected. And it really has shifted where I was to where I am now. I feel completely different, and I haven't felt this good and positive in a very long time. So although I always saw myself as a positive, happy person, and I have been, but this is just to a whole new level where I feel really focused and happy about, you know, the decisions that I'm making and the goals that I'm setting. I just feel generally like a much happier person. So go for it.
Oh, thank you, Paige. And you know, it really it shows in your face. You know, when we first talked, and to now, and just to see you so vibrant and you know excited about what's coming ahead, what's coming forwards,
Yeah.
and you know what you're working towards, and you know a whole new life. That's just so wonderful, from being stuck to and now a house, and you know all the travel plans, all the things that you've got
Yep.
ready to kick off. It's just wonderful.
Yes. Very exciting times.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Now, is there anything else that you would like to add before we finish up?
No, other than just to thank you again, Suzanne. Like, I've really appreciated everything you've done for me, and this whole program has really shifted things for me in such a great way. And so I don't think I'd be feeling anywhere near where I am today. And it's only been a short, what, 8 weeks or something since we've known each other. So yeah, I can't thank you enough, and I think you do an amazing job. And the way you help people is incredible. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's so lovely. Thank you so much. Big hugs to you. And it's been wonderful working with you. And I know that, you know, we'll still keep in touch because we have our Facebook group. And just for people that are watching, it doesn't end here. So, you know, I can help you in other ways. And it's lovely for people to connect. And just have that supportive group, you know, because the people that have gone through the program are mostly still in the Facebook group. So there's always, you know, those touch points. And I do offer a monthly goals club, and you know there's other coaching programs that we can do. So it just doesn't stop here. It's a question that I get, you know, what happens afterwards? But you know, it's obviously up to the individual, but it's not like you know everything cuts off from there. So it is a bit of a journey, and people will come back, you know, every now and again and go, oh, I just need some help with something else, and then it, you know, just gets them resets and gets them on their way again. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
it does feel good to be part of a community as well, which is what you also bring by having that continuing on and those Facebook pages and things like that. So that's really good too.
yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Paige. All
Yeah.
right, well, I'll leave it there. So you have a wonderful day, and yeah, we'll finish off. Okay,
Thank
see you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.